Have you ever refused to save someone's life? I cut off my sister 5 years ago when I caught her in my bed telling my husband to go harder and deeper. Ryan and I had been together almost a decade, and I thought we had a good marriage, one I could trust. So seeing him actually go harder and deeper in my sister Mia was definitely a shock. I didn't confront them right there. I couldn't bear to see the sight any longer. But the next day I confronted him. He didn't even try to deny it. He admitted everything, said it was a mistake, said he was confused, blah blah blah. Mia didn't say a word, and she didn't even look sorry. I packed a bag that night filled with everything from my school laptop to a necklace my grandmother gave me, and I left. I filed for a few days later and never spoke to either of them again. The split caused my parents to voluntarily choose sides. They begged me to forgive her because your sister is young, emotional, and not thinking straight. I stopped answering their calls and they stopped calling until 5 years later when the phone rang and the words "Mom" popped up on my screen. I answered and heard my mom sobbing and telling me that Mia had leukemia and needed a bone marrow donor. She said I might be her only chance and begged me to get tested, told me to put our differences aside and help my sister live. I wish I hadn't picked up the phone that day, but I mostly regret agreeing to get tested. I didn't even know why. Maybe because some part of me still believes in doing the right thing, even when it hurts like hell. Of course I was a match and I told them I'd go through with it, but didn't want a big reunion. No emotional conversations, no sister bonding. I just wanted to do it and move on. But I didn't think things through because we had to have multiple counseling sessions, medical screenings, and follow-ups together. Every time I saw Mia, she looked so pale, tired, and quiet. She talked a lot about therapy and how she had regrets and nightmares about what she did. I didn't say much back and tried my hardest to keep my distance. Then one day while we were waiting in that stuffy exam room, she cracked a smile and said, "Remember when Mom grounded us for a month for sneaking out of that retreat for candy?" I heard myself laugh and say that candy wasn't worth it before I could stop myself. But then my smile faded and so did hers when she saw my face. I didn't say a word after that. 3 days before the transplant, I dropped off groceries at her place. Mia was passed out on the couch, so I was going to leave her a note about the groceries. I found a pen and opened a drawer looking for a notepad. That's when I saw the letters, tied with a blue ribbon like they were something sacred. Ryan's handwriting jumped off the page, and not once did he write my name on a single letter. They were all addressed to Mia saying, "You're my true home. I wish I'd met you first. I still dream about you." I stared at them until my hands shook. I dropped the groceries on the counter and drove straight home, calling the coordinator on the way there. "I'm not donating," I said. "I've changed my mind." The next morning, I wrote a letter telling her I wouldn't go through with the surgery anymore. How I hated her. How I do wish Ryan had met her first because they're miserable people who deserve each other. I dropped it in her mailbox when I was done. That night she banged on my door, sobbing, mascara streaked down to her neck. "Please," she kept saying, "don't do this. I'm sorry. I want to live." I locked the door without answering. She stayed on the porch until her voice cracked. I turned off the light and let her scream into the dark.